Good morning, friends, and welcome back to the channel. It is Angela, the Traveling Crafter, and I am here with another Template Tuesday. And if you use the hashtag Template Tuesday and you create something fun, everyone else can see what it is and join along and make your creation with you. So feel free to use that. And before I forget, because I forget every single time, don't forget to take a quick second and hit that thumbs up button and smash that like button, subscribe button, so that you can see all of the videos upcoming and support my channel. I really appreciate it. And it's free. And I know you probably don't think so, but it really does help people just like me who are working on my channel. So thank you in advance. And I've lost my pillow. Before we get started, I want to give, man, that thing went flying all the way over here. I want to give a special shout out to some subscribers. Where did my list go? Today, I would like to highlight Classic Old Soul, Pam Van E, and my friend Dave at Dash of Dave. And one more, but I'll save her for just a little bit because I'll explain to you kind of what we're going to work on and someone you need to go check out too. All right. If you don't know who I am, I love paper crafting. I love doing DIY project, home decor, and thrifting for vintage treasures. And today, speaking of vintage treasures, which isn't really vintage at all, it's crafting supplies, I am going to show you a template that I just found. This was last weekend when Dave and I did a little thrifting. He indulged me. And this was in the craft section. It's called Mini Pocket Pad. It's by Wishes and Dreams, Lisa Gibbons, who I had no idea did crafty stuff, but you know, who knows. And all they are these little pads of pockets. Aren't they adorable? So I decided I made a whole bunch of these because I want to use them to send with my Etsy orders and with my live sale orders, which, by the way, before I forget, Thursday, we're having another live sale. This one is going to be amazing for anyone who is new to the paper crafting and junk journaling, memory making world, because I am going to be providing a lot of items that either will help you in getting started and building your stash, some of the things that I have made that you can use in your journals, as well as some things that I either have made playlists for, like my wallpaper videos, or that we will be doing. So you'll want to tune into that. It is Thursday at 4 p.m. and we will be live. And maybe I'll even tuck a few of these little bad boys in. I don't know. Well, they'll definitely be going in with the purchases, that's for sure. But I'm going to show you how to make these. And if you don't have the, Lisa Gibbons piece, I'm going to give you the template. Because, of course, when I do these, I always make a template. So what you're going to need. You're going to need some paper. You're going to need a ruler and a pencil. And you're going to need some kind of hole punch. I'm using this today, but you do not need that. And some glue. And probably scissors. Anything else? I don't think so. I have some embellishments. We're going to embellish a little bit. So I'm going to lay this here, as I always do for your templates, and I'm going to let you take a screenshot. And that is the template that we're using today. If you're cutting your paper, you want it to be 4 inches wide. That's from here to here. And then this is 7.5 inches long. And then you're going to cut, I should have probably wrote this down. Cut this down to, it is, oh, I hate it when it does that. What, my pencil's not working. Let's see, 2.5. So 2 and, hang on a second. There we go. It's at 2 5/8. 2.5. 1, 2. Well, it's almost 11/16. We're just saying 2 5/8. All right, so that is your template. You're going to score in here, here, and here. All there is to it. This is what the original template looked like, okay? Now, just for the sake of doing one of these, so that you can see how I do it, I'm just going to show you without that pillow. I need to, like, find a piece of elastic and strap this to the back of my chair. Oh, there it goes. Now it's buzzing. All right, so for the sake of doing this, for those of you who don't maybe have a scoreboard or have a, you know, all of the tools yet, and you don't need them, we're going to do this. And if you don't have, I mean, if you don't have a printer where you can print out your template, still take a picture of it, and then just use the measurements that I gave you. So what you would do is you can cut your piece of paper down to 4 inches wide. Start there, okay? And then you're just going to, don't worry about that. You can just cut this off straight. There's always a solution. Did I get them all? Because I was talking. Okay. So what you would do if you didn't have this template, you couldn't print it out, you're just going to cut your piece of paper at 4 inches. So let's just do that. Let's cut this down. Now, I've already outlined this, but I want you guys to get kind of the, can you see me? Oh, yeah. Okay. Wow, I didn't do that very straight, did I? Oh, well. We're rolling with it. Okay, let's scraps. We need scraps right here. We'll use this again for something, I think. All right, so then what I would simply do after I had cut this all down is, I know it's 4 inches, and then I would just, okay, I've got it at 4 inches, and then I know that this is, let's just get this over here so you can, you see I got my new pad, but now I'm not using it. I'm still using this one because I don't want to get it dirty. Thank you to Mo, my grandma, who came through and had one on hand. That was small enough to fit on my desk. Okay. So then I would just say, okay, there's 2 5/8 here, or this is 2 5/8. And then I would, let's see, let's measure up from here to here so you guys know exactly how much that is. That is 3 3/4. So, oops, let's just do this. From here, where that's going to be scored, to here is 3 3/4. Okay? So you would go up to that line, and that's where at 3 3/4, you know, you just need to make, you know, a little note there that you're going to score it here. And then you would just, I'm just going to show you, you would just use your scissors. So what I would do is, I've got this piece of paper, pretend like my template is in here. I would have measured this, which was 2 5/8, and made a line just like this, and then I would have cut up from it. And I would have made sure that I had this scored up to 3, or I mean, measured up to 3 3/4, which is right where the tip of my scissors is right now, and stopped. Now, a lot of times I will make gussets, this is what this is, without ever using a template. So all you're doing is really just cutting in at some point, which we're just going to do right there, to give it an angle so it tucks in and looks nice. That's all you're doing. You don't need anything. You don't even need this template. You can do it yourself and eyeball it, because remember, it's going to be tucked behind, so it doesn't really matter. All right, now we have the top. So what I'm going to actually do this as if we don't have this template, okay? So what I would do is, I know that this is 7.5 from the bottom to the top. So all I'm going to do is measure. How about doing it this way, Angela? 7.5. Okay, that is right here. So then I would just make my line straight across. I'm going to do it all the way across. Oh, that was crooked too. Sort of. It looks crooked, but... And then I would just cut it like this. All right? And now, because I don't have... if I didn't have all of the tools, I could then do the same thing here on this side. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. You're just cutting your little tabs. And then I would just leave it like this until I was ready to do something with it. Now, let's pretend I don't have any of the tools. I don't have a scoreboard. I don't have anything. So now I need to figure out how to score this. And I'm going to need to figure out how to punch this if I don't have a punch, right? So, all I'm going to do is I better use these scissors. No, we'll use these. I'm just going to use my scissors. And I'm going to take my ruler, and I know that it needs to be scored from here to here. So I'm just putting those points together with my ruler, and I'm taking the edge of my scissor, the dull edge of my scissor. Oh, I might have to use the smaller ones. These are just really sharp, so I didn't want to use them. And I just score down the side, okay? Then I'm going to do it on the same way this way. And if you don't do well using your opposite hand, it's okay. Just, oh, see, these are really sharp. Flip it over if you don't. See what I did? It's okay. Then you can do the same thing right here. And just use the edge of your scissors. So there's always a solution if you don't have all the tools. I don't want you to feel like you can't do these things if you don't have what I have. You can. And then you're just going to fold this up. And you're going to fold these in. Now you've just done this without any of the things that I have. Now, remember, we had this that was curved. Well, what are you going to do if you don't have a punch? Like, I could use a punch and just punch it right here. And it would be fine. But if you don't, let's just pretend you don't. Let's just use the bottom of this glue. And I'm just going to kind of measure and put a line around here. There we go. And then I'm just going to cut it out with my scissors. I'm going to erase all these lines so you can see it. And a really good tip, if you're cutting circles especially, or anything, if you're fussy cutting, move your paper, not your scissors. See how I'm moving that? And it will just help make it. I'm never very good at scissors, at circles. See, I didn't even get it straight, but you get the gist. And remember, this is we're using what we've got. They call it junk journaling for a reason, or any kind of paper crafting. You just got to be creative. So there we have it. This one ended up being a little taller than I wanted it. I'm going to cut it down just a bit. So you get the gist. And I'm just making adjustments. And then maybe I'll just let that fall off there. If you have Distress ink, use that. If you don't, and you've ever worn brown eyeshadow, use brown eyeshadow. And a makeup brush or a Q-tip. It works. And I'll tell you, the reason that I renamed my channel, The Traveling Crafter, I kind of want this to be even lower. Let's see how low it is on here. Nah, it's fine. Is because when I traveled, I made sure I didn't have so many things that I couldn't, that I had to bring extra bags. And so it forced me to be more creative when I was on the road. I mean, I've crafted in hotels, when I was on business trips, and that's what I would do at night. I know I lead an exciting life. And sometimes I'd have to go to the front desk and say, hey, do you happen to have I don't know, name, what is the problem here? Name an item. But they, you know, when you stay at a hotel for a long period of time, it's like you're one of the family. They get to know you, so they're very helpful. Truthfully. And that's all there is to it. So my point of this video today in our Template Tuesday is that I want you to all be able to do these things without using the tools that I might normally just go to. So there's how you do it. All right. There's the template again if you want to take a photo. Here's the prototype. All right, now we want something to put in here. I'm going to leave that there for a second. So we need to make a tag. Now I know that this is about 2.5. I need to make the piece of paper that goes inside of it about 2.5 inches wide. Because, you know, from here to here, it's 2 5/8. So if you do 2.5 inches, you'll be fine. Do I want it that long? No, I do not. And I don't think I want this paper. I think I want this paper. So all I would do, I would probably, if it were me, what I would do is I would make one template and then I would just cut a bunch of them out, and then I would eventually do my circle part, then put them all together. Then, after I was done with that, I would go over and, oops, I'm not going to use my, if you have one of these, then you can use it, but I'm trying to show you guys how you can use something, do something without. Why is this? Because it's upside down. I put this back on my tray upside down. These are all my scrap papers that I use behind this when I need a go-to. All right. So what I would do is I would use my ruler. If you don't have one of these, that's fine. You just are going to measure. I'm just going to sit that in the, can you see that? And there goes my pillow again. There we go. All right. So 2.5 is right here. So then I'm just going to measure 2.5. Now, let's just say you want to make this really easy. You can make a line on it, right? And cut it. Or, so a ruler would be helpful. Or anything that is solid that you can rip against. But you do need to be able to measure. All right, that's 2.5. So I just did that. Now, I am going to show you, well, let's do another one. So I can show you the one with the punch that I got and one without. And I'm just going to do 2.5. And I'm just using scraps. This is, well, actually, this paper right here is from a little scrap pack that I got at the thrift shop too. All right, so you can use this punch, and there is a 1.5, 2.5, and 2-inch size. And when you, it's got little slots in here. So as you can see, mine might be a little bit off because it's torn, but that's all right. We're just going to go with it. And then you just punch it like that. Now see, mine was a little off there, so I just pull that off. Okay. And then what I do is pop it in here and say, okay, how long do I really want this to be? And I probably want to take about 1 inch off. So I'm just going to put it up here, put my ruler against it. I'm going to take about 1 inch off, approximately, because I think I want it to stick up a little bit higher. If not, I just keep adjusting it. There you go. I could probably make it, we're going to go a little bit shorter. And I like the rough edges on it. I'm going to make it more right at the edge there. Okay. And if I wanted, I could take my makeup and distress it. There you got it. Okay. Now, let's just say I don't have a, what did this end up being? Let's just say, we're going to cut this off now. Let's just say I don't have a fancy schmancy punch. And what we're going to do this 2 ways. I'm going to show you one way, and then I'm going to show you the way I usually do it. So I have this Hobby Lobby gift card that I used, and then I made, on each side of it, I made different angles. So what I can do with this is I can just pop this up to the size I want. You know, maybe I like it to be about right there, and cut it, and then I flip it over and do the same on this side. But if you don't have that, and you can do that with anything that's, you know, kind of hard, you can simply trim your edge, and then you're going to pop this on opposite, right? So that it matches. And boom, you've got your tag. There you go. Now, if you want to punch a hole in it, you could punch a hole in it. If you don't, well, then you just leave it how it is. And so then you just stick it in that little pocket. Easy peasy. But here is where I want to highlight someone very special. So this morning, I'm behind. Today is Tuesday, and you're going to see this on Tuesday. And you're probably wondering, well, why didn't Angela have her video come out at midnight? Well, because I was behind, and I went to hang out with my friend Carol from Lily Rose Blue. That little video will come out later this week. But, so I'm behind. But this morning I woke up and I was having my coffee. And I decided to watch my friend Celeste at, I am going to use my trimmer for this, at Woodland Inspired. Now, I jokingly say, but I'm semi-joking, but I really truly do mean it. She is like the die-cutting queen. I could watch her for hours. She has so much patience. I'm like, oh my goodness, I couldn't do it. Like, she's so precise and just, so after this video, go over and watch her. It's mesmerizing to me. But anyway, she was working with a die cut, and I was like, first of all, the colors she was using were almost the same as these that I got from the thrift shop, which I thought was funny. But she was making, she used a die to make these cute, she called them tag pockets. And so we're going to, here, I'm just going to give you this so you can see. So before I watched her video, and I was like, well, that kind of looks like the pockets that I just got. And I don't have that die that Celeste has. So how can I make this and still play along with Celeste without doing all of the die cutting? Because I'm terrible at it. So I just improvised by adjusting that original template and making this one. So what I did, you guys can take a screenshot. So what I did is the only thing I did is added a couple inches to this. So this ends up being now 9 inches here. All right. There we go. So now I'm going to show you. Oh, I wonder if I could do, instead of doing the same, is this 9 inches long? Probably not. No. I was hoping. All right, we'll use the green side. So we're going to make this, and I'm going to show you again how to make this if you don't have any of your tools. I'm going to show you one other tip too that sometimes helps. Where is my, right here. That seems like it's not straight. Can you see me? Yes. All right. Sometimes what I do is I just to hold it down when I'm drawing the template, and I always use a pencil. You'll see a lot of times I'll use a Sharpie when I do my templates for you. And that is so you can see it. But normally I would use a pencil. And I know, yes, I do use both hands sometimes when I am crafting. But if you don't do that, then just flip it over. Oh, I missed that. Cut isn't very good right there. And I'm just Whoops. Ugh. Well, apparently I'm not nearly as good with my left hand as I am with my right hand. All right. So now I'm just going to do... Nope, I'm just going to leave it because we're going to pretend like we don't have that. In fact, we're just going to mark it right here, and we know it's right here, and we're going to cut it out. I think I got it all. There we go. It's done. And all I did is add a couple inches to it. I'm going to cut it out. Oh, I didn't get my pencil on my right-hand side. Well, let's hope for the best. So all I'm doing is just cutting this out. Cutting that off. Let's cut it all the way off. You know, as crafters, we we kind of depend on all of the things that are at the ready that we have collected or used or thought we had to have. And we oftentimes, I mean, me at least as a content creator, forgets that not everybody has all those things, right? So why not show you how to do it with not much? And this is why when I travel, I take my ruler. Oops, I don't want my pen. Try to be a little softer. I take, a ruler. I take scissors. I have that. If you want to go to the Traveling Crafter playlist, you can see what I carry in my kit every time I travel. And that's all there is to it. Then I have just the set essentials. They're anything that you probably have in your house. And everything else from there is going to be finding a solution. Okay. Now I'm going to turn these in because remember I left that top a lot longer. Oh. That's not how I wanted it. What did I do? Did I do that wrong? No, I didn't. Oh. I did kind of. Because I was doing it as tag shape, not as the rounded shape. But remember, I said I needed to cut all that off. So, okay, ignore that. That's what happens when you start talking. I need my other scissors. Here they are. Cut this off straight. Goodness gracious. All right. Let me go back to this so you can kind of see. Remember, this was going to have like a little hole punch. And I got sidetracked and was thinking tag. I don't know. This is going to be your tag. All right, now I don't have a circle punch. So let's find something that's a little bit smaller. Oh, well, here, we can use the top of it. So just make a little tiny one. A little tiny notch. There's some edges on here or something from the bottle, but I think I can get it. Okay. Put that back on there. Put it away. Then I'm going to cut this out. Dave and I need to go on a little trip. And I need to take stuff so I can do a video and then really do it with using all the stuff. I'm just doing that so you guys can see it. Now, we're going to end up doing this, but we need to make this into a tag. So once again, we're just going to eyeball it and cut the edge off, flip it over, cut the corner. There we go, even Steven. Now, in my kit that I always take with me is always a hole punch. So I'm just going to punch that hole in there. And if you don't have a hole punch, my first go-to would be the thrift shop, because you can find them for a quarter, 50 cents, $1. And they're the good, most of the time, they're the good old-fashioned kind, right? All right, there you go. And you would do the same thing just to make your card, your tag that goes inside. It's that easy. Now, what I'm going to tell you is, if you want to be amazed with Celeste's die cutting abilities and how she decorated hers, go check out her video, because they are awesome. Now, let me look at the time, because I did have some things. Oh, we're only at 30 minutes. So we're going to decorate some of these that I have done. I didn't do any of them for the ones like Celeste in those colors, but we've just got all of these. And what I did one, because I thought these would be cute. These are from one of my digitals that were the cards. So I think I'm just going to decorate. We'll see. I'll see what we got here and decorate using some of those digitals. I thought about, I've got these scraps from my kit. This is the Easter kit on Etsy. And I thought, let's see if we can get this to 2.5 inches. Now, I'm going to go back to using my tool so that I can expedite this a little bit. But remember, otherwise you're just going to be using your scissors when you cut and such. Okay, I only need to make sure. You know, I really like this little girl and this little boy. I think they're so cute. But I got to figure out where that 2.5 inches is. Look at me go. I'm on a roll this morning. I had 2 cups of coffee while I watched Celeste. So, hey, I'm ready to rock it. Oh, Angela. I said that, and then see what happened. It's okay. Everything's all right. All right, so 2.5. Let's see. 2.5 is, I kind of want to take it from this side. So 2.5. She's going to make it. She's going to make the cut. Ha. No pun intended. Okay. Let's just see in one of these where we want. Let's just cut this at where it says Friday. Ooh, we might get 2 of these out of that. Will we? Will we? Do I care that that's the edge of it? No. Not when you do this. It's all good. Now we have 2 tags already done with my cute little girl. I want to use the little boy too. There, now you can see how that works. Much better with. Okay, tag is done. Oh, we might lose some of her head. Right in her eyeball. That's okay. Oh, poor girl. Poor girl. So much for that. It's okay. She still looks pretty cute. Let's see if we can get the little boy hugging the bunny. Well, I'm just going to cut all that off. And then we'll go to 2.5. No, I'm going to cut. I want his booty in there. Oh, Angela. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm really getting used to this new system here. All right, now let's go 2.5. Is Bunny going to stay? Yes. Okay, let's make him a little bit longer. So we don't... Oh, I need to cut this off too. So we don't lose our cute... And he looks cute in this little pocket. All right, we're going to go up a little bit higher. So we don't cut off the little bunny or the little boy's head. Like we did the little girl. Okay, now we have some tags ready to roll. Whoa, we just missed it. All right, we got those 3 tags done. Now let's go to decorating. Let's start with this one because I don't really like these colors, but I think we can zhuzh it up a little bit. So, and maybe we'll use this tag in here. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe we'll use the little boy because he does look cute. So I have, what do I have? What do I have? Okay, this is happy birthday. Well, it doesn't matter what it says. Let's see. Ooh, here's what we can do. Look at this. I got this from my side pockets. Here's another funsy for you. This weekend, I just created a consistent, I know, shocker, it's me, but it is. It's a consistent template that I will be using. It's not totally finished yet, but it's almost finished. That I will use for all of my, so if I have a, like a paper, digital, like just the papers, I always like to do an ephemera kit to go with it. And it takes a ton of time. So what I did is created a template that every single digital ephemera kit that I do to match my papers will be the same. So you'll always get side pockets. You'll always get some tags. You'll always get some, you know, whatever it is. I ended up with 12 pages. So what will probably happen, just so you all know, is that those larger files, if I cannot upload them on Etsy, because, you know, they only let you do so many and such, you know, a certain size of files, then I will put them all on the Ko-fi site. So always check there. I do have another freebie coming. Let's just do this bunny, and we'll do the smaller one, and we'll cut it out and put them right on there. Which bunny did I say I was going to use? Oh, right here. Because I, you know, check there often because I do put freebies on there occasionally. I have another one that you're going to get from, what did I do that one for? I think it was, I have another antique quilt from the 30s. No, that wouldn't be antique yet. Vintage quilt. And I made some ephemera, and then I need to make the pages to go with it. So it's not up there yet because I still need to do all of the full-size pages, and then I'll put the kit in there, and then I'll put the freebie in there, and we'll all be good. All right. So, oh gosh, I'm cutting into his little head. I just wanted to do one or two of these with you and say happy Tuesday. So also on the live sale, I think I might be making an announcement. I mean, I'll make another announcement at some point on my channel, but I think all of my loyal viewers need to see or need to hear it first. And why not do it live? Because I think it would be fun. So stay tuned for that. Oh, you are cute, but kind of boring like that. So, well, let me see. I'm going to, you hear that every time let's take a little bit of this. I probably had a scrap piece of that, and I should have used it. And I'm going to go to my pink recipes. Macaroni curl salad. We're going to pull a piece of that off. I've been using this like a ton. Like a ton. I sound like a kid. Like totally. Okay, my kids don't say that, and they would call me a boomer. So, all right, strike that. I don't want to be a boomer. What am I saying? I kind of am. It is what it is. I'm just ripping paper. I kind of want something behind it. I don't know what has been my problem with singing sentences lately, but I've been doing it a lot. Let me grab this. Do I want some more cheesecloth behind it? That's probably the best. I'm excited for Thursday's sale because I'm putting things together that, I mean, some of it is vintage or antique, but let's get this little bunny together first. You know, some of it is just stuff that you might need. You just may need for you to get started. And I think I'm excited about it because I enjoy doing stuff for people who want to learn something new, and maybe it's my love language. I don't know. Oh, forget it. Just put it on there. Stop overthinking it. All right, now let's put this on behind it. That still might be kind of big. Yep. Okay, we'll just snip you off. We'll use you on another piece. And I'm using Fabri-Tac on this one. And now we have a little pocket within our pocket. And I'm not using too much of this. I just want it to kind of pop on there. And then I'll press this all down on it. And then I don't get my flanges all gluey. Well, little bunny Abbott, he's going to have some issues probably. I didn't think about that, being behind that, but we'll hope he'll be okay. All right, now let's just pop this little guy in here. And then we need a word. All right. Well, Spring is Sprung is sitting right here, but I'm not really sure that's what I want. All right, let's find one. Well, bunnies. Is this the only ones I have left? How about Hello Spring? That's just right here. Now, I don't like that this is white, and this is just on a piece of copy paper because I just made these words up and typed them out and printed them for a project I was working on. I probably need to do some of these and do them as a digital. I also want to do a bunch, and I've said this before, but you know what? I should have done it when I had my typewriter out the other day. Just haven't had the time. All right, so we're going to use, this is another thing. If all you have is white paper, but you don't have inks or dyes or whatever. Hang on, I got to turn my thing to get a color. Well, hi, you came to visit me? Zenny decided she was going to come lay in her bed and hang out with Mama. All right. So, if you only have white paper and you have eyeshadow, this blue color perhaps, then you can use that. And you guys can go to the Dollar Tree. I'm telling you, if you don't want to invest, you don't know if you're going to love this, and all right, what I want to do is make it kind of, no, maybe not. I wanted to make it more three-dimensional, but we'll see how it goes once I get it on the page. You know, dig through your stuff. If you have kids and teenagers, you know, sometimes they have some crazy colors of makeups. If you got girls, you can I should have done it in 2 spots. I wanted it to look more like a banner, you know. That didn't happen. Oh, well. You get the gist. Use what you got. Okay, that was fun. I bet I'm going to have to say goodbye, but I want to keep working on these. So, I hope that you enjoyed that. I'm going to pop those templates back up for Template Tuesday. Remember, if you want to participate, just use the hashtag Template Tuesday. And join in the fun and share your templates with all of your friends. Okay, there's the 2. No, I'm going to turn this one this way. I'm going to put it on this other side of that so you can read the words. All right, I'll put those there. This is for the short one. This is for the tall one. I did not do a template for the tag. Just know it has to be 2.5 inches wide. And there you have it. So, my friends, until next time, I hope you have a fabulous week, and I will talk to you again soon. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and mark your calendars for Thursday or set a reminder so you can come to our live sale at 4 p.m. on Thursday. And if you can't watch it live because you have to work or do some other commitment, then just watch it on the replay and say hi. I would love that. So we will talk to you soon. And remember to take time to just be. Cheers.